Mysterious, bizarre, unexplainable. The story of Clearview Ranch in Colorado is one that blends high strangeness with eerie encounters, leaving investigators and locals baffled. What is happening on this ranch, and why does it defy all logic? In today's video, you will watch the phenomenon of Clearview Ranch, a hotspot for strange events ranging from unexplained lights to bizarre animal behavior. Prepare for a deep dive into one of Colorado's most perplexing mysteries. The biting chill of a Colorado dawn settled over the snow-blanketed plains, casting an eerie stillness across the isolated ranch. The faint hum of distant winds filled the air, a low rhythmic sound that seemed almost unnatural. At the heart of this desolate expanse lay Clearview, a 40-acre homestead that held secrets as vast as the sky above it. John Priestley, a former military man, stood rigidly on the frozen ground alongside his two teenage sons and his business partner, Jim Terr. They watched in silence as the county sheriff's cruiser slowly approached, its high beams slicing through the early morning gloom. The unexpected visitor had come for grim business. At their feet lay the broken carcass of a buffalo, its head twisted grotesquely backward, the horns piercing its own shoulders. The sheriff stepped out, his expression unreadable, accompanied by a local veterinarian. This was no ordinary visit. The sheriff examined the scene with practiced familiarity, his silence more unsettling than any spoken words. The vet hesitantly offered an implausible explanation. The buffalo must have fallen and snapped its neck while running. But there were no tracks in the snow besides their own, no evidence to support such a theory. Young Joe Priestley, trembling with unease, broke the silence. It wasn't a bear, he stammered. It was something, huge, down there in the trees. The sheriff and vet exchanged a glance, their faces betraying a knowledge they were unwilling to share. Whatever had brought them here this morning, it wasn't for the first time. The hum beneath the surface. The unsettling events at Clearview had begun weeks after the Priestleys moved onto the ranch in October 1975. At first, it was a faint hum, a low, vibrating sound that seemed to emanate from nowhere and everywhere at once. It would come and go at unpredictable hours, sometimes accompanied by faint metallic clanging that seemed to rise from beneath the earth. The family called in electricians, plumbers, and soil specialists, but no explanation could be found. The hum was persistent, maddening. Sleep became a luxury, disrupted by the constant drone. Then came the lights. Small orbs of red, blue, green, and white began to appear at night, flitting over the pastures and near the tree line. At first, John dismissed them as trespassers with flashlights, but when he ventured out to confront them, the lights would zip away at impossible speeds or shoot skyward and vanish. These lights, seemingly intelligent, defied explanation. Over time, the hum and the lights began to synchronize. The family noticed that the vibrations often intensified just before the orbs appeared. Animals on the ranch reacted violently. Horses would rear and bolt, while the dogs barked furiously at empty air. On several occasions, the hum grew so intense it rattled the windows and caused the floorboards to tremble. Desperation grew as the Priestleys realized that these phenomena were not mere curiosities, but intrusions into their very existence. Shadows in the trees. The winter of 1975 brought more than snow to Clearview. One morning, Joe and a friend ventured out early to hunt rabbits. Instead, they stumbled upon the twisted remains of a buffalo in a pasture near the woods. While inspecting the carcass, they saw it, a hulking figure, 7 or 8 feet tall, standing motionless among the trees. Panic surged as the creature stepped forward, its massive frame silhouetted against the rising sun. The boys fled, screaming, back to the house. John and Jim grabbed rifles and raced to the scene. They found the buffalo, its neck unnaturally bent, and something else, massive footprints, 18 inches long, leading into the woods. The tracks ended abruptly inside the horse barn, as if the creature had simply vanished. Over the following weeks, sightings of the creature became more frequent. It would linger at the edge of the woods, watching. The Priestleys' guests reported seeing it too, describing it as a shadow that seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. Terrified whispers circulated in town about the beast, which many claimed had glowing red eyes visible even from a distance. On some nights, airy guttural growls would echo through the valley, keeping the entire household awake. As fear spread, townsfolk avoided the woods altogether, leaving the creature to its ominous dominion. Visitors in the night. The Priestleys weren't alone on the ranch. Other visitors soon made their presence known. Late one night, Jim woke to find two figures standing outside his cabin. They were slender, dressed in black flight suits, and their large eyes reflected the faint moonlight. At first, he thought they were human, but something about their proportions was subtly wrong. They spoke without moving their lips, their voices calm yet disconcerting. "Do not disturb the small boxes," they warned. "They are not meant for you." The next day, Jim found one of these small boxes in the woods. It was translucent, about the size of a shoebox, and emitted a faint buzzing sound. He approached cautiously but stopped short when the buzzing grew louder, almost angry. He backed away, remembering the visitor's warning. Later, he saw the box again, this time being approached by one of the hulking creatures. As the beast touched the box, it collapsed, lifeless, to the ground. The implication was clear. These objects were not to be trifled with. The orbs and the UFOs. By the spring of 1976, the strange lights had multiplied. One night, 9 glowing discs descended from the sky and landed on a rise near the ranch house. The family watched in stunned silence as the objects hovered, casting an otherworldly glow over the landscape. Jim, ever the skeptic, decided to investigate. As he approached the discs, Barbara Priestley was suddenly thrown backward by an invisible force inside the house. The discs ascended moments later, vanishing into the night. The family was left shaken but unhurt. It was clear now whatever was happening at Clearview was escalating. The following day, the Priestleys found the area where the discs had hovered. The ground was scorched in perfect circles, and the grass seemed brittle and discolored, as if drained of life. Jim noticed his watch had stopped working, and their dog, normally fearless, refused to go near the site. Over the next week, strange electrical disturbances plagued the ranch, with lights flickering and appliances malfunctioning without explanation. Rumors spread through the small town, and locals began avoiding the ranch altogether, fearing they might become part of the eerie events. The insectoids and the shadow figures. In the summer of 1976, new visitors began to appear. These beings were tall, thin, and insect-like, with elongated limbs and eyes that glowed faintly in the dark. They were rare but unmistakably menacing, their movements deliberate and unnerving. On one occasion, Jim awoke to find one of these entities standing just outside the patio doors, its head cocked as if studying him. He tried to move but found himself paralyzed, his body unresponsive as the creature slowly turned and disappeared into the shadows. Shadow figures also began appearing inside the house. John and Barbara would wait to find dark silhouettes at the foot of their bed, silent and motionless. These apparitions seemed to feed on fear, their presence oppressive and suffocating. The final straw, the autumn of 1976, brought a chilling climax. During a family gathering, Jim buried silver and copper wires on the rise where the discs had landed, hoping to provoke a response. That night, as the family and their guests played board games, every light in the house suddenly went out. A metallic voice echoed through the radios and televisions, speaking in a language none of them understood. Possession, it repeated in English before fading into silence. When the lights returned, the atmosphere in the house had shifted. The guests, shaken, left the next morning. Within 6 months, so did the Priestleys. Theories and aftermath. Clearview became a ghost story, its secrets buried beneath the snow and earth. Some speculated that the events were the result of a military experiment, given the ranch's proximity to a testing ground. Others believed the phenomena were extraterrestrial, a clash between factions of beings using the ranch as their battleground. Still others whispered of something darker, something demonic, its roots in ancient rituals and cursed lands. The Priestleys' accounts, documented in a 26-page report by paranormal researchers, paint a picture of a family caught in a web of incomprehensible forces. Though they left Clearview, the memories lingered, haunting their dreams and shaping their lives. The ranch itself remains shrouded in mystery. Its exact location is known to only a few, its story whispered among those who dare to believe. For those who lived it, Clearview was more than a place. It was a window into the unknown, a chilling reminder that some questions are better left unanswered. So, what do you think is behind the high strangeness at Clearview Ranch? Are we looking at natural phenomena, human interference, or something beyond our understanding? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to watch more mysterious stories and spine-chilling investigations. Thanks for watching, stay curious, stay open-minded, and let's keep exploring the unknown together.